Yeah, the
Okay.
pull by arm. Oh,
So, welcome. Another episode of Table 34.
another one.
Another one.
Another one.
Yeah. Um, we in July, and we did dedicate July to Sandwich Month. So, for the entire month of July, we will be doing sandwiches, different types of sandwiches. But of course, to kick things off, we had to do one of the most beloved sandwiches in Trinidad and Tobago, and that is
Doubles.
bacon shack.
Okay,
What?
bacon shack,
No,
bacon
bacon
shack.
shack, Ronaldo, bacon shack, bacon shack.
Yeah.
And well,
Really.
as usual, as you know or you may not know, I am Badawi, and joining well on the panel as well is Ronaldo and Quincy.
Greetings.
And joining us today to discuss this beloved delicacy is Arlene, food designer Arlene.
Hello.
Hi, Arlene. Could you please give us a brief introduction, give the audience a brief introduction of who you are and what you do?
Sure, I go by food designer Arlene because I'm self-taught. I focus on trendy Caribbean cuisine. I live and run my business in Tobago.
Great. So representing Tobago. And this is good because you are the first person from Tobago that we have had on the show, and we are very happy to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. And no stranger to the channel here as well is David. David needs no introduction, but please still, David, introduce yourself.
Well, David, resident Rabsman.
Yeah.
Rab Stafarian.
Yeah.
Superior.
Rab Stafari.
Yeah. Now and then we'll have a special connection to Bacon Shack.
Mm-hmm.
Parents live on the North Coast, seaside kind of thing, close relation related to Bacon Shack vendors and that kind of scene. So that's my zone right here.
Yeah. That's why you're here, That's why you're here. That's why you are here for your knowledge of Bacon Shack. And joining us just in time is Christiane.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, and audio and everything on point. Christiane, come ready. That's what we're talking about.
Well, I do Zoom and team meetings all day, every day. So that's why I told you, don't afraid, I'll be there. I don't need to join half an hour before and all that.
Oh, you don't know the deal. All right, Christiane, please introduce yourself to the audience.
Well, I'm Christiane. Known a couple of these guys on here for a while and done some work with them in the digital arena and content creation. I would say for this forum, I'm a food enthusiast and a Bacon Shack enjoyer.
Very
so
good.
That's where I fit in here.
Yeah, and fun fact, Christiane taught me what Mirepoix was.
That's correct, and I never let him forget it.
Let me just get that out of the way because I know it's gonna come up at some point. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we don't use a Mirepoix to make anything for
Bacon Shack.
Bacon Shack and bake, but we could try.
What's Shack and bake?
Don't not yet, Ronaldo. Not yet.
He takes some West in here. Not
yet. We're not ready for that yet. So, we're gonna get into it one time because Bacon Shack is something that is beloved. Which one? I don't know. But it's something near and dear to a lot of us. Is a very popular street food. Could it be considered street food? It's really beach food.
Beach food, yeah.
Beach food.
Well, we had to explore that.
Yeah, we will explore it. But it is a dish that is representative of Trinidad and Tobago. As recent as this week, Food Insider did a video on Bacon Shack and talking about how it connects to Trinidad and Tobago and all of that. And I will try to post that link in the comment section, so you all can check out that video at a later date. But to get right into it, and Christian, since you now joined, I'm gonna put you in the hot seat one time, and start off. Let's discuss what are the elements that are the components that are necessary for an enjoyable bacon shack.
Well, you need a very crispy bake that is soft on the inside and not too chewy, because you don't want to buy the bake and everything squeeze out the sides.
Right.
You need fresh shark. It can't be no old shark sitting down there hour.
Right.
Well seasoned.
Yeah.
I would like to throw into the mix one time sustainable if we can. And then for me, the toppings must be shadow benny, tamarind, pepper, a little bit of the mango chutney thing if they have that, and that's it. When you start moving in with ketchup and mustard and thing, I'm not sure.
Christian, I had to jump in right here, right, and say that you describe my perfect combination for bacon shack day one time. Tamarind, pepper, shadow benny, and maybe mango. But I'm gonna hold off for now. Yeah. I just had to say it because it was so perfect then. It was on point.
Yeah, no, I gotta get it right.
Yeah, come, boom, precision. Arlene, what about you? What's the components of a good bacon shack for you?
Every single thing.
You went to the better.
I want my bake not to close, and I want it falling out to the side, and I want the sauce dripping through all my fingers, and I want to lick it from the side here. Yes, that's what I want. Everything.
Yes,
Every all day I want it. I want it in there.
Aline, you're wild.
Value for money.
He want it all.
Aline, you're making a side salad on the side too with all the veggies.
Yeah.
So inside a side salad. We nothing by the cafe, we by the beach. So I don't want to fall off my hand. I want everything in the bake.
Right.
You must not put it down.
David.
Yeah. Well, I would go with I say the usual suspects, the tamarind, the pepper sauce must be a fresh pepper sauce. They make that pepper sauce.
Right.
Nothing from no bottle, nothing. Yeah, just see, and I like how some places just put very hot pepper sauce. I like to see the freshness in pepper sauce. Garlic sauce is a must.
Right.
And when you do the garlic sauce, they have to scoop from the bottom. Well, any seasoned bacon shack, I would know you have to scoop from the bottom. Right? Pineapple.
Okay.
I like pineapple. You see the lettuce and tomato and everything?
Yeah.
They have to go, not necessary. I like dumping it back into that. It's not necessary. Ketchup, mustard, not necessary. Everything else, the tartar sauce and everything, it's not. You won't for that either. So we will stick to the basics, tamarind, garlic sauce, shadow benny, pepper sauce.
Okay.
Yeah. Cucumber chow.
Cucumber chow. Yeah. All right. Well, Ronaldo, I already know what you're going to say. Ronaldo.
Aline is a warm me at my heart, boy. Put everything in there.
I'm choosing.
If I ask you to say, if I pay for it, I want it.
Oh, they want it. They put it out, I should get it.
All right. Quincy, I know you're a man who's more discerning.
I real minimal with my toppings. I want to taste the shark. So as long as I deal with a shark that's well seasoned, we done on the right track, right? My bake need to be crispy on the outside, fluffy inside, as Christian said. I think that's the perfect bake. It need to be hot too. Watch all the temperatures. It need to be a hot bake.
Right.
I just dress real minimalistic in terms of just
Coleslaw.
give me the I'll splash the little lime the little lime water. I splash on that for a little extra lime.
Yeah.
Give me a little touch of shadow benny, a little touch shadow benny.
Yeah.
A little pepper, according to how your pepper is cut now, a little pepper sprinkle, thing. And then either, according to how I'm feeling on the day, either a little bit of the tamarind or a little bit of the mango. And that is
Right.
it. That is it. We done right there. Done.
Okay.
Done.
So let me just give a little Tobago perspective for a second, because two people spoke about the quality of the bake. So what is considered fried bake in Tobago is different from Trinidad.
Okay.
Did you know that?
Yeah, right.
Did
Why
not
I
know
thought
that.
they would
What,
be
is
good.
it that the Tobago bake are more heavy?
It's the one with the pet or the. So in Trinidad we have float.
Right.
So
Float.
when you
Yeah.
fry it, it kind of puffs up, and when you open it, it's hollow on the inside.
Right.
So that's what we call fry bake. But in Tobago, is the one that's a little more heavy, and it doesn't fluff up when you fry it too much. And when you
Okay.
open it, you have what we call pet inside.
Pecked.
Fact.
Yeah.
Pecked. Now, Arlene,
Yeah.
correct me if I'm wrong, but is the difference between that baking powder versus yeast? Because I know when you put the yeast, use yeast to make it, you get that puffing up, the hollowness, and then you can cut it. Not so much so with baking powder, I find from my experience, but in terms of preparing it, do you find that when you use yeast, you tend to get the float finish rather than the Tobago finish?
But to be honest, I don't make the Tobago fry bake. Yeah? But
Oh, okay,
it's also
okay.
the amount of butter as well. So some
Mm.
people put butter and shortening. I would just
Oh,
do shortening and yeast, because you're also
oh,
frying it. So that also
right.
contributes to the, you know.
I never use any kind of fat in my dough. I just make it with water, flour, water,
Mhm.
salt, sugar, them kind of thing. Yeah.
Essence, yeah.
All right. So let me get into it one time. Let me get into it one time. This is gonna be the core of the Rabs, right?
This is the obvious part
Yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
This is the
You,
Rabsy part. The Rabsiest part of the conversation. Is it bake and shark or shark and bake?
you didn't mention
Nice.
Christian.
why you Christian asked the second part.
Christian.
Christian, is it bacon shack or is it bacon shack?
Yeah. And that's
So
how they.
in case my geolocation isn't on, it's shark
Yeah.
and bake.
Wow.
Okay.
How?
Okay.
How?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, chicken
Please
curry.
explain why.
Yeah.
That is just what I always knew. And to me, the shark is the star, right? So
Right.
it's shark and something, right? You could order shark and bake, shark and fries, shrimp and bake. You know, the shark is the essence and the bake is the vehicle,
Right. Right.
right? But if you look at it the other way, I cool with bacon shark too. Anytime I say bacon shark, I feel like a real like out there, like yeah.
Like you're living life on the edge.
Wow.
You know, like yeah. I had to no, yeah, bacon shark, but
You're living
it's
dangerously,
just I
Christian.
just grew up saying shark and bake, you
Right.
know. I get plenty heckle fit all the time. And
Right.
actually I eat unless I know the shark is you know, actual shark and it's sustainable and so on. I eat shrimp and bake.
Right.
And I say shrimp and bake, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I go a little off to the side and get chicken and bake.
Wow.
Chicken
Okay.
and bake.
Try it, you might like it.
Arlene, where you sit on the in on that debate?
So let me just say, I was born in Trinidad, so I would
Okay.
say what I think is correct.
Mm,
And, I mean, it's semantics if you want to say that, but it is bake and shark. However, in Tobago, they say shark and bake.
they do?
And I think that's how you just tell us apart.
So
Okay, so
maybe
it's
I'm from Tobago, I didn't realize.
But I would go with Bacon Shack. I think it even sounds better. Nobody writes that on a menu.
All right. David.
Was Bacon Shack has only logic. Only logic. Bread and butter. And cheese. Bread and jam.
Right.
And if you talk about jam and bread, there's something different. It's logic, bake and shack.
Right.
Because you can't have the shack in your hand and then put the bake. You must have the bake and then put the shack. Yeah, just logic.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a real good point.
Sorry, Christian, but I had to question your train of thought.
Look, Peter come with ham and hops and ham.
But yeah, so bacon shack it is. I don't understand shack and bake. I don't know what that is.
Okay.
So to end the argument, the people who selling it say it's the people who selling it, not me. The people who selling it, they say I know.
I am also from the camp Bacon Shack as well. I am also from that camp. But I appreciate that not everyone is from that camp.
I feel like all the past I can go and wrap up. I go and jump in this rap.
Yeah, I know this argument already. So
listen. Number one, Uncle Sam say it's float and shack, and then he say it's bacon shack, right?
Right.
So I could rock with that was good enough for me. However, again, logic. You have bake, right? That is the vehicle, and you put into it shack. The English of it. I am having a bake
with shack
that has shack in it. You understand? That's really the English of the thing, you know. I'm having this bake that is filled with shack, right?
Yeah.
You condense that and they get bake and shack.
Right.
That's the day.
I never understood what the argument was of. To me, it was a no-brainer. I don't.
That is how you're supposed to ask that question. Is it bacon shack and why? That is all.
Well, I know the comments will keep coming in for this because that is the most rabsiest thing.
Yeah.
When it comes to the topic of bacon shack, that is the heart and soul of the rabs, right?
We're Barry on this.
Huh?
Barry is a shack and bake man.
Yeah, listen, Barry went by Mona and all kind of thing and then harass Mona and do video to bring evidence.
I feel you set me up here, you know.
Huh?
I feel you knew I was gonna say shack and bake.
Well, you know.
I didn't know for sure, Christian.
Yeah, I didn't know for sure. But actually, the first thing that you said was bacon shack. So I was like, oh, okay. And then
because I told you when I'm trying to be, you know, I'm trying to say, you know, Richard just call it bacon shack. So who's me to come and say shack and bake?
Right.
But you know, now next time I order one, I'm gonna be like, a bake.
I want to do.
That thing with the shack inside.
Yeah, it would have been nice, Dari, if we had like a camera by one of those vendors, and we record how much people actually come and say shack and bake as opposed to bake and shack.
We can do it. Yeah. We can do our poll at that cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. We could do that. Do that.
But I think the shack and bake come in from what Cristiano was saying. You know, shack is Istana. So to people who see it for the first time was really excited to say that they eat shack.
Right.
So that, you can't wait. They can't put the bake before. You must say the shack, you know. Get to the point real quick. I was having shack and bake, you know.
You all think that and let me throw this to David first.
Mhm.
Is Bacon Shack something native to the North Coast, to Maracas?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay.
It is because I mean, although strange, like when it first started, it's men actually going out catching sharks, right?
Right.
And it had a particular spot they go for shark, right? A little off of Venezuela kind of thing. They go for shark. So it originally started with the what is called puppy shark,
Right. Yeah.
which is like
Yeah.
the younger sharks.
The younger sharks.
That's what that's what we normally use for bacon shark kind of thing. So it is a Maracas thing. And it's so strange on the North Coast, particular parts of the North Coast have particular foods.
Right.
In such as also like banty shells, if they're doing stew fish, they will only eat it with farine.
With farine?
Farine, yeah.
Okay.
And only in banty shells they do that. That's the only place on the North Coast.
Stew fish and farine.
Farine, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So if you see somebody eating that, they're from Banty.
Wow.
So just Maracas is bacon shark.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So that is it's a North Coast thing, not a Trinidad thing, a North Coast Maracas thing.
All right. So, and well, I don't think anybody else, unless you all can or have a different perspective, I think we would have to take your information on that, right? Because I don't know, you understand? And you being from that community and things.
Yeah, that I never. The time nowhere else is really do that.
Right. So then, how you feel about taking Bacon Shack, the experience now, away from Maracas or from the beach? I want to start with Christian.
Hold. You really want to go there right now, buddy?
Yeah. Because
we even get into the good parts yet. We die here. Right.
This is like the only thing I had ready to say for the whole Bacon Shack and bake experience. See, already converted me. Right? Today, my friend in the office said, hey, Richard, you know, in town, we gotta go we do Fat Fridays, right? Because he doesn't. Where we go and eat something fried on a Friday. So we say, right, but I had to go in the lineup for a Friday. I say, but really when we line up in our work clothes and buy a Richard Shack, you can eat it in Port Spain? I said, okay, yeah, we could do that, you know. I wasn't sure. And on the way home, I drove past Richard's in St. James. And I was like, I don't know, you know. I'm not sure. So I need to try it and see what the experience is like because, you know, it could be amazing to get a shark and bake in the office on a Friday.
Right.
I'm not sure. It could be real disappointing to not have sand blowing it as eating it.
Yeah.
Straight on, not begging on the side. And nobody in the bikini lining up pushing you to get the tamarind sauce. I don't know. We'll see how that will pan out. But something I have to investigate.
All right. Okay. So I could ask the panel: has anyone on the panel gone and tried the Richards in St. James?
Nope.
I'm actually not interested in trying Bacon Shack anywhere else but at the beach.
Okay, cool. So, I have.
What are your findings?
Wait, you just waiting a piece of shark at us?
No, yeah. That's not for Richards. That's, I mean, we had to do research. Christian, we come prepared. So today I took the trek. I went down to St. James to find this infamous unlocked Richards. And after much digging, because I didn't realize it was so close to the top. I thought it was further down into St. James. Found it and then tried to figure out where parking was. And they apparently have parking, it's just not properly labeled, but there's parking on the street right after. Pull up, and as soon as you jump out the car, it hits you. Proper Bacon Shack smell, like it proper. I mean, you walk up, line up, normal shit, you know, it's quarantine time, so wear your mask, get your hand sanitizer, walk up to the line, and I saw, I mean, the place is well staffed, well laid out. Because of quarantine, obviously, everybody kind of doing condiments and everything in pre-packaged now. So you don't have to, but I mean, on the beach recently, Richards was still doing it. You could pick your own stuff. But down in St. James, they have it pre-packaged, which I thought was...
What?
Like in thing?
So I will show you. This is not Richards, but I will show you what one of those packages looks like from Uncle Sam's. So all of your pineapple and your tomato and all of that stuff comes.
Could you open the box, please? We cannot see.
That one was open before, so let me give you one that was not open. Right. So this is not Richards. This is Uncle Sam's. But let's see if I can give you what is in here. Right. So you have your pineapple here. You have your tomato behind here, some lettuce, some slaw, all your sauces and condiments here, right? So you have everything.
What's the sauces? What sauces here?
This is tamarind, some of that mango chow looking thing that you're like, looks like some
honey mustard.
Yeah, some garlic
sauce.
And then they have the pre-Swiss packaged ketchup and stuff here. Richards had everything in the containers. Now Richards had a smaller plastic container with just the veggies and stuff, and then they had the sauces still in pre-packaged, but a lady handing you what you wanted, putting it in a bag and sending you away. So the reason was, I mean, one person was issuing the condiment, so there was a little bit of a delay. But other than that, I mean, you have everything you need. You have everything pre-packaged. You grab your bacon chop from the cashier. You could see enough people working behind. I was surprised at how much staff we have. I know we had the report of, shark being whole and maybe they were frying it in batches before and that kind of stuff. But for me, it was fresh. It was good. And I am all for the convenience of, as Christian said, I mean, on a Friday evening, if you want to go Friday for lunch, if you want to go and have some bacon shark with your friends or people in the office, you know how to take that half an hour trek all the way up to the North Coast, which could be treacherous sometimes, particularly in the rainy season. You could go right in St. James and curbside pick up, hit your bacon shark hard, head back to the office and while out.
Right. Okay. So you have no issue not enjoying bacon shark by Marcus.
Well, let me tell you the solution I have for that. So I have a little YouTube playlist here with ocean songs. I can just put that on.
Yeah.
The waves is becoming.
What about the sun?
Somebody pelting sand at you from his side.
I'm going by the hardware over the weekend. I get some sand and I have a fan.
Yes.
Some sand in the thing now. So I have some
create a Marcus.
You have a potong around?
Yeah, I guess somebody begging on
That's the one thing I'm missing. I ain't had the dog there.
I am, you know what? I appreciate the fact that people can get it easy and convenience and blah, blah, blah. I appreciate that, right? But at the same time, it has something in me that's saying, kind of watering down our experience now. And I think Dari had made the point, I believe it was you had made the point, Dari, last time we was talking about innovation and thing and pushing stuff forward and that kind of thing. Yeah, business-wise, it's probably a flick, probably. But then when you consider, especially within a post-COVID-19 kind of scene when traveling might become this premium thing, and culinary traveling, kind of see people who traveling for culinary experiences, jumping out looking for unique stuff. I think we had to keep our USPs now. And that beach experience, I think, is something real significant with Bacon Shack. For me, the conversation about good Bacon Shack, this happened in Maracas mostly. I had a good one that I will make honorable mention of outside of Maracas, but the majority of good Bacon Shack is Maracas, and I think that have everything to do with the experience, you know, not just the product alone.
Yeah. How Hollywood feel about let me say Bacon Shack being available by Chefettes in Barbados? Like Chefettes started sell Bacon Shack. Wrap up in foil and thing.
Nah, don't
Honestly,
Okay, wrap it grease.
That sounds like a soggy bacon shack.
Yeah.
I'm already concerned about the transport of the bacon shack from Richards back to wherever I'm eating it in St. James, and I work in, I think it might take me 2 minutes to get to my office from Richards, and I still.
So we saying bacon shack like doubles, then you had to eat it.
I'm the kind of person who bites the bacon shack on the way back to the beach chair.
Right.
Right? If you're ordering like 6 things and you get the 4 bacon shack and you're waiting on the 2 pie. No. I'm going, hey, your 2 pies back there. Right? I'm not fogging up my bacon shack to wait on your pies. So I'm a little concerned about the sogginess, you know, getting it back to where it needs to go. So
I hear you, Christian, right? Sorry, Arlene, go ahead.
Sorry. I am always, because of how I do my food, it's always to stay true to our tradition and flavors. And I did an episode on my channel about doubles where this was around the time they had packaged it and had it available in, I think it was a gas station or something.
St. Christopher's, yeah.
And my point on that was, I don't think we need to gentrify it. So, and it is part of the experience, a part of, so I agree with you when you say that, you know, it is a big part of the experience. And sometimes we're eating to eat and we're not eating to experience. When you move things away from what it's traditionally supposed to be, you lose the spiritual connection to your food in that way. That is what I think.
I wouldn't call the convenience of having food more closely available to you gentrification. I don't think the intention is not to make it upscale or to make it more palatable for an upscale market. I think the intention is simply to adapt to the marketplace and make it more available for the customers who couldn't access it because they couldn't go and buy a doubles vendor, right? And I think the same thing for the Bacon Shack. It's a business they're running, and yes, Bacon Shack is the North Coast, full stop. And I agree with you, Christian. I mean, I don't necessarily go to Maracas Beach to bathe or spend time on Maracas Beach. I prefer to go Cuevas. Cuevas have no Bacon Shack. The bar had a little something way back when, but they really do have Bacon Shack. So on the way back, I will stop, pull aside, run, get my Bacon Shack, and yeah, as soon as I reach back to the car, before I pull off, Bacon Shack done. I mean, it didn't make sense carrying it nowhere. And that is part of the experience, granted. So again, for me, the convenience of having access to that without making that long drive is a plus, is a winner for me, and I think is a good business venture. And based on my experience today, it's employing a significant amount of people, particularly in times now where we're losing jobs. I think it's good that we are exploring things like Bacon Shack and creating employment.
I agree with that. I just think that some balance we need to watch the balance, because then people will now go, I don't have to drive all the way up there. Let's keep it, you know, within the convenience. And it is a tourist attraction. It is things that people look forward to, and you don't want to do this over convenient version of it, and then the people that really providing, you know, the total experience end up go missing as a result.
Yeah, I don't think a Bacon Shack in St. James would ever be able to replace the experience of a Bacon Shack on the North Coast. I don't think so. Like, I think I don't, but as well, I don't think that people typically, not that people don't, but I don't think people typically go to the North Coast solely for Bacon Shack. I say not that there are people who do that, but the majority of people who participate or purchase Bacon Shack on the North Coast don't go specifically for Bacon Shack. They go to the North Coast, and that is the fare when you go to the North Coast. You don't go to the North Coast to buy KFC. You just go to the North Coast. When you're there, you buy bacon shack or bacon, whatever.
But Ronaldo,
Is there any way for us to find out if that is not really in the rivers? I am biased. I live in Tobago. The beach is right there. But, and I go to Maracas for the bacon shack only. But I've never spoken to anybody that said, I'm going to Maracas Beach to bathe and by the way, I'm buying bacon shack. It's always I'm going for bacon shack.
Well, I used to go to Las Cuevas Beach to bathe, and when I come back, I stop by Maracas to buy bacon shack.
But the thing is, either way, I believe, to what you say, Ronaldo, the way behavior changes work is repetition, right? Mm-hmm. So if you have that convenient version of bacon shack readily available that you're starting to buy at lunchtime, or anytime you feel fit, it's accessible, then they're going to become a normal. Not dissimilar to sliced bread, right? Understanding that sliced bread get introduced around a time when we are still having bread baskets and people are still baking bread fairly relatively, like weekly at least, if not daily kind of thing. And sliced bread infiltrate simply because they get couple weekends where the gatekeeper, the homemaker, whoever that was, decide, well, here what, I'm going to take a break because we had well things this weekend, so you just buy this makeshift thing. It provided a convenient option, and the convenient option worked, and it just started to infiltrate. So where now sliced bread is a common thing. And I don't think it is similar to what will happen to a bacon shack experience by virtue of if you access it too easily, I shouldn't say too easily. If you start to access it easily, that will become the way that you access it. I don't know if it's good or bad.
I want to touch on this. Yeah, I want to touch on this here a little bit because, one, I say the experience part of it for me, same thing. After that long drive up to Maracas, you come out, you stretch your legs, wherever, you head towards the beach. The bacon shack is like your reward, kind of thing. That's how I see it, kind of thing. So it's part of that whole release here on the beach thing, eat a bacon shack, then you go and sit down, wherever. But the thing is, remember, when I was talking about the employment factor and all that, but remember, the more bacon shacks are outside of Maracas, the less might be sold in Maracas.
And again,
I know you can disagree, but
no, I simply put it to you all that the people don't go to Maracas generally. And I say that there isn't a small subset that do, but generally people don't go to Maracas solely for bacon shack. People will make an outing to go to the beach, and when they go to the beach, that will involve also include purchasing and eating bacon shack. But people, by default, people just go to the beach on the weekend. They will make an outing.
So if they have a KFC, if they open a KFC in Maracas, you feel what impact you feel that will have?
Well, we have an example of that. We have a KFC down Chagramas.
But I mean,
Chagramas don't have the food that.
Chagramas is not that kind of culture.
Okay, so the question is whether or not a KFC in Maracas will detract or take away from bacon shack sales?
Yeah, because the thing is, if you associate bacon shack with Maracas, right? So you feel for a bacon shack, you go by Richards and St. James and you have your bike, right? So you get over that craving. And then you decide, then you ain't really feeling for bacon shack again when you go on the beach. And let's say you have a KFC there. Where you going by?
So then the challenge is not moving bacon shack or making bacon shack available in more places. The challenge that you proposing is we shouldn't have a KFC on the beach.
No,
I would support you on that. Don't put KFC on the beach. But that doesn't say do not bring bacon shack out to the beach.
I don't know. I mean, from my experience, that is one of the main sources of employment for the people on the north.
In the village,
yeah. Or there's a generational thing.
Yeah.
And it's not going to go nowhere. It's going to be there because people will continue going to the beach. And as long as people go to the beach, they will buy bacon shack.
But what about if Natalie decide to open one in on the avenue and And Vilma decided to open one in Woodbrook.
And Uncle Sam opened one.
Yeah.
People do not go to the beach for bacon shack. Generally, they go to the beach because they're going to the beach.
But that's beside the point,
Here
though.
this question.
But that's the point, because when they go to the beach, even if...
Here this question. All right, so let's just say, for argument's sake, that people don't go to the beach for bacon shack. Let's go to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
Why then would people who live to closer beaches go to the North Coast?
Because
on a thing.
Because in Trinidad, there is, as we just say, Trinidad has no beach. If you want beach, go to Tobago. But in Trinidad, all of the people are on the coast, on the North Coast. You either go in Cuevas, and they have some people who prefer the beaches in Chagramas, or they'll go to Tarico, not Tarico, what's that one with that very deep down in the back there? Can't remember. Macreep, right. But when people go in on the beach, people will leave south and go on the beach in the North Coast because you have other facilities there that people enjoy. I personally go to the beaches on the North Coast because I have a daughter, and Las Cuevas, the reason why I stopped going Maracas, because I prefer Maracas. I don't mind the little rough, the little thing. Maracas have a better
gape.
Correct, they have a better gape, full stop. So I don't mind Maracas, but I have a daughter now, so she doesn't like Maracas. We go Cuevas. Again, even part of our experience of going on the beach is bacon shack. We don't go up there for bacon shack, we go up for the beach. But once we hit the beach, it comes part and parcel. You're on the beach, you get bacon shack. You're on the beach, when you're on the beach, you don't think about KFC, you think about bacon shack. And that's not going to change, even if there's bacon shack in St. James. When you hit the beach, you're going to think, yo, as soon as I'm ready, I'm hungry, bacon shack, not KFC.
Yeah, now, I mean, I know people who would leave the office. Who do that already? Who leave the office?
Many at lunchtime.
Yeah. I work in Marvel. I used to do
that. Richards, because the kind of jackass driving I do to make it to Maracas I don't want to do that. I rather have it in St. James and not break the law and not fall off the cliff to eat a bacon shack. But when I go, I will still eat it.
You might be listening.
What I
that was that
guy. What I will offer is this. That you described there for me is a richer part of the culture you're talking about.
Yeah.
Where you actually have a story of leaving work and doing all kind of things to go and get this bacon shack to come back in time. Versus it's convenient and I'll go right there and get. But now call my artist, which I am, call me poetic, but I prefer to hear that they run away and they do all kind of things to go and get a bacon shack.
Yeah, I don't think and you come back here.
Yeah, I think we could sell. I think there's something better to sell to the world versus, you know, you have to do that. That's your story. My story much different. My story was I ran out and went and got a bacon shack. I didn't care how long it took. You understand? I was feeling for a bacon shack that day, and I sell outside it wherever I went and get my bacon shack and come back wherever time. And so that's what I went and do. What we go do? Right?
So
just story. Crystal, HR enters chat.
But Ronaldo, I have a little bit of a different perspective for you. In my house, so it's me, my husband, and my daughter, and usually my parents, possibly my sister and her family, might join us when we going up to Maracas on a weekend. And the conversation me and my husband always have is, you want to go to the beach? Yeah, boy, I can do that bacon shack. And I'm not gonna lie, we friends might be on Tyrico, who go in Cuevas, Damians, and we want to go to Maracas because we want to have a bacon shack. And that is part of the conversation around planning what we doing on a Sunday. Is we head in there and timing it for lunch. You know, you don't want to reach too early where you're hungry and you're not ready yet. You don't want to reach too late when the line long and you have people like Ali putting everything on top of the bacon shack. Right? So it's part of the conversation in our house. And if somebody says they're going to Tyrico, well, we kind of like, well, okay, well, we meet there for 12 because we got to stop by Richards for 11. Organize, eat there because you can't carry the bacon shack Tyrico.
Yeah.
and then you know, so it for me it is a mix. I can't say that I don't go to the beach for bacon shark, and I can't say that I do, but for me it's an experience. Maracas is the beach, the breeze, the waves, the bacon shark, the potong, the sand blowing. It's everything, and it does form a part of my decision.
And I agree with you 100%, Christian, which is why I'm saying St. James Richards could never replace that experience. There is no potong, there is no.
It's like walk away doubles, right? If you doubles on the spot,
I rate it, Christian. I rate it.
Right? I don't understand this thing. Look, some doubles somebody bring home. Excuse me? When a double turn into that kind of blob where you have to kind of peel it back. I do doubles outside my office now during COVID. You're not allowed to eat it outside. Run back inside and eat that. It's sort of coagulate in the barrel.
Yeah, as long as it coagulates, that's it.
And it comes out like a blob. What's it mean? That makes me sad.
So you see, what you're talking about there, Christian, is an experience, right? And that experience cannot be duplicated outside of the North Coast. So for you, you will continue to go to the North Coast for that experience. But the point is that having bacon shark in St. James is not going to it is not going to replace that experience. But,
I don't think so.
But what it's going to do is it's going to open up, as from a business perspective, it's going to open up an avenue for a company to increase their sales and for people who do not go to the beach. Because there's some people who don't like the beach.
And there are people who
not go on the beach because they don't like the beach. They don't like the beach.
But there are people who don't like the beach but will still go on the beach for a bacon.
Yeah.
Fine. And if they like the experience of having a doubles by the vendor, they will continue to go, right? They will continue to go because they want the bacon shark, they want the experience. And what I'm saying is St. James can never replace that experience. So the experience is not going to go away. St. James cannot replicate it. Therefore, it's not at a risk.
Well, in my opinion, St. James is going to go away.
And
I want to ask,
would Richard have done that if it wasn't for COVID?
I think he should. I think he would, and he should. I think if we look at it in terms of bacon shark going to fats and that kind of stuff, and I think if we look at it from the perspective of there is.
I was breaking from when we reached that part.
So if you look at it from the perspective, there's gyros on every street corner, right? I will tell you, right? I will drive to Chaguanas for a gyro. I did it this week. I wanted a gyro. I drove from my house in Barataria to Chaguanas to get a gyro to come back. Because that's where I go for gyro.
But gyro gyro is not part of our culture.
No, but the point if I want that gyro, that experience, that food, I will go and I will get it. Right? If I want that experience of going, because I know I go by that gyro, man.
Ronaldo, let me offer you this. Number one, you're making that assumption based on your personal experience, right? And that is not how things work. There's a brand cannibalization and brand erosion are real things, and these things happen when they create. And you have to consider these things every time you're looking to create line extensions. Every time you look to upgrade and modify your product offering, you must consider how it's going to impact on your brand, right? There's a number of ways that can impact negatively on a bacon shark for Richards, right? And I'm not here to give nobody no free pointers. So I go wrap it up and say this, right? Repetition is a huge thing when it comes to retail, right? If you get a consumer accustomed to doing something, everything that we're talking about here, you change the landscape. That is what's going on. So you're trying to think about what can happen in the future based on all these variables that we know right now happening in the future, but that is not what is happening. Yeah. When you change the variables, what happens in the future is something different, and people will be making a decision based on a whole different product offering, a whole different mindset, a whole different bunch of experiences, and it's not going to be this. We can't predict that, right? Yeah.
But
As
you know
well
what? But you know what, Quincy? What we could do is take a look at history. So
we could do that.
so let me just contextualize it, right? Let me say we was having this same discussion back in 1988, right? We on table 34,
Arlene.
1988.
I
Yeah,
had plenty more hair.
yeah, yeah.
Probably Arlene and Christian wasn't born yet, maybe, I don't know. but
I was born already, but
it was a babe.
Very
Yeah.
grateful, but
Yeah.
no, I wasn't ready alive.
I had another
Okay.
Superman jersey and I cut a right pants.
Talking about jersey, I mean, I know see a jersey. I really like a jersey.
So let me say we having the discussion then, right? And the discussion is about hops, right? And we saying, so we arguing,
Point.
Jed, you cannot come and sell hops at the side of the road because what it will do is it will replace hops in bakery and that fresh hops and that hops experience and thing, right? And you say, well, no, it's good for business to do it and it wouldn't compete. Or as long as you make it available and people have the option and they make it convenient. They make it convenient. We creatures are habitors.
I'll tell you why I disagree with your argument, right, Barawi? I'll tell you why I disagree with your argument. Because
but before you disagree with my argument, right? Understand that you're disagreeing with history.
No. I understand the history of what you're talking about. And
I'd like to add a little bit to the history. Ronaldo, before you go, I want to add to that history. So when I was younger, I only got KFC twice a year.
Right.
When school closed,
Yeah.
and Christmas Eve.
Okay.
Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And my brother, my younger brother now, does not know of that treat.
Right.
He could get anytime he wants.
Yeah. KFC was a treat. KFC.
Yep.
Convenient and very popular, and it became the thing where I feel to cook today, let me buy some KFC.
Yep.
Yeah, but a bunch of things changed to afford that, because back in the 80s, in terms of having disposable income, we didn't have the disposable income where we felt empowered to purchase things like fast food on a regular basis. Our parents did not have that level of disposable income. We, as professionals now, do have that, and as well, we work longer hours, we work harder to afford those things. So the convenience of having fast food pays off. But before that, let me address the hops topic. Hops is not an experience. Meaning, there's no experience of going and buying hops in a store.
Totally wrong. You're wrong. Because it's a reason why hops are
not an experience.
Buying hops. The experience of buying up, because we're not talking about sliced bread, you're talking about hops.
Have you never lined up for hops?
Hops was an experience.
I used to send me in the bakery to buy hops, and I hated having to go in the bakery to buy hops. I got the convenience of having a bread at the side of the road where I could pass and collect it.
But again, Ronaldo, what I'm saying is don't make them kind of decisions based on your personal experience. Jed, there are plenty stories I could give you about hops and buying hops and eating one out of the bag before you reach home.
You get the bag and it's hot and it kind of steamy, and you jump in the car and your mother tell you bring home 24 hops.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
I feel
Yep. 22.
I always want to take one.
I feel that's where that come from. Because you eat one and then they carry up 12.
Yeah.
Yes, I didn't have the experience. Buying hops was a chore to me. It wasn't something that I enjoyed. It wasn't something, and I didn't care about a fresh hops unless it was baked home. Then you slice it.
But so the bread never used to pass by you, I think.
Yeah, the bread pan used to pass, but I mean, you go out, you buy hops and you put it down there. Like I was more interested in it. I didn't care about if I have some money to buy some kind of sweet or something from some kind of pie or pastry or something for the bread.
You never went by a gaffus or a camas.
No, I don't care about gaffus or camas. I pass them like a full bus every day. I see people line up and I don't understand why. Like,
you're not qualified to discuss this topic.
Well, correct.
I just be having hops experiences. Right now. I just be having hops experiences. I had one last week.
I went and buy hops last night.
I can't tell you last time I eat hops because I am not a fan of hops.
Yeah, no, hops is a scene. Hops is a scene. Hops is a scene.
I leave here and I went by to buy hops by Kamal.
But that we pick up this man, we go in for hops and ham somewhere, and then we take him Charlie for our top.
Yeah,
and we put it on his spot because this man has not had a hops experience.
Yeah.
Actually, let me help out with Daria and say, let me go back on track.
Yeah. But yeah, good idea, Christian. Good idea.
Yeah.
We need to do that.
Yeah.
So, who are going to throw this at first, boy? Ali. What is the best bacon shack you have ever had? Who's the bacon shack? Who's the best? Best bacon shack.
Patsy.
Patsy.
That is your family.
Yeah, your family. That is your family.
That is your family. Oh, good.
Yeah. Patsy's? Yeah.
Now, granted, we do not have bacon shack experience in Tobago. I have to make it myself.
Okay. You think that anyway? We'll come back to that. Sticking a pin in that Tobago thing. We coming back to the Tobago. Christian, where's your top?
I'm kind of in between because I used to be the person who would not go anywhere but Richards.
Right.
I don't care. Richards could have 1,000 people in the line. Leave me. I don't want to hear you. Go bye. I'm lining up for my Richards shop and bacon shop. Right. Recently, I've been going to Uncle Sam's. And the Uncle Sam's experience is quite enjoyable. Right? As Richie beat kind of early, because I have a young daughter now, it's not any kind of big line. It's always fresh. You have the nice big space. You have the bar going over there. You could go and have a margarita while you're waiting on it. You have a lady shooing the flies or like that. Right? And I like that experience. Right. And in terms of quality of the product, I would say they are on par or nearly on par to the point that I don't feel the need to go and walk further anyway, depending on which side of the beach I'm on. I will hit either one, but I must say the experience of the physical Uncle Sam's, I've been liking it recently.
Okay. I did always like this Christian and I did always like she. Yes, Christian.
David, what you saying?
Well, I mean, Patsy to me, that is my spot.
Bias? Is that bias?
Not really just bias, but because I actually see them the preparation in it and all that, and I know the freshness, I say fresh seasoning, no bottle thing, everything done. Yeah, it's on the hands-on kind of scene. The kingfish, the fry fish, it's not a fillet fish, it's fish from last quavers coming down, frying proper slices. I read them, so I would Patsy's my first choice, then Uncle Sam. In my life, I think I probably eat bacon Richards maybe once. I think I eat it just once. Other than that, yeah. So Natalie's not bad, but that is a real.
Natalie's is when you can't stand near
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. She's our last choice.
Let's not mix it up.
Yeah, but that is, and surprisingly, that Natalie and Richard are brother and sister.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, and Patsy's the cousin.
Oh, really? I didn't know that one. Patsy's is pretty good though. I would hit Patsy's if it's the newest one. I'm happy with a Patsy's.
They're doing this 25 years now, eh? More or more.
I'm going to stuck on to real quick. I know it's not my turn, but I'm going to say
go in one time.
One time.
Jump in one time.
Oh, jump in? Okay. Yeah. But I'm going to say Natalie's consistent now. It kind of patriotish. You know where you're going to get now. You know what I mean? You mightn't necessarily go to the war with it. You know, right. But I have some drama, I don't remember. The best bacon shack that I ever eat. I have some caveats, right? I have caveats, right? My brethren used to do a thing out in by Eddie Hardgrounds there. The sweet spot, right? That is the best bacon shack I ever had. The sweet spot bacon shack. Yeah, and that's what I say. It's the only bacon shack I eat outside of the beach that lasts now, boy.
Well, I'm not going to say your best not any North Coast. That's surprising to me.
Yeah, I had to say that's the best. Unfortunately, it's not available right now. We're trying to work on that. As a matter of fact, come now. Let's pray here. Let's come.
That's what he said.
That's the man.
91 day. Right?
They can check by you later.
Later. We can check right now. Right now, that what going on, right?
You wipe pass by you now,
Yeah. Look. Big.
Okay.
The after party could be
lit. My Marina knocked your door just now.
My door open. So no knocking right now. My door open right now is a free fall. Right?
We see in that door.
And well, shark by me. But anyway, commercially, what you can get, I say I on the Uncle Sam's bandwagon. I like business-wise, I like the service. I like how he put forward his things. I like the innovations that he made. I like the spots that he do on the beach. I find that real innovative. I hope they get to run the way that they envision. And I think that is more the kind of innovation I'm looking for from a bacon shack scene. Like you develop it on the beach and enhance the beach experience now. Like you enhance that versus taking it out of the beach. That is personally. But flavor-wise, I mean the product on point. The man flavors gain on. I like Uncle Sam's. I do with them.
I was going to say, let me play devil's advocate, but let me play Jackass Ronaldo. So your partner going to get a spot on the North Coast then. So then the argument go on. But anyway, let me move on. Sorry.
The argument and gone. I never tell you we couldn't do bacon shack as bacon shack, you know.
All right.
You know, I have man to come with the same old dog.
Alright. So I have an experience similar to Christian's in that for me it was Richard's for a long time. I was one of them who I will go and line the line all over the road, and I knew Richard's line, right? And for me it was a bunch of different things. One, Richard's was consistent in having all the condiments, and I like all my stuff. I want pineapple, I want all my sauces, I want everything. And for me, when I went to the other spots, it either didn't have as wide a range, or they would be missing things very regularly. Beyond that, Richard's line was a good game. I mean, if we going on the beach, that is part and parcel of the experience of going on the beach. Right. So I used to go and enjoy the Richard's line, and it became my favorite for a long time. And I never even tried Uncle Sam's. I just used to, Uncle Sam's was the bar you would pass at the end of the beach on the way to Quavers. I didn't even think about stopping there for bacon shack or anything else. But Darby was somebody who try Uncle Sam's. And I went and tried the Uncle Sam's, and I mean, for me, the settings wasn't all that. It had a rail fly. So yes, they had to have a dedicated fly chaser. But the product itself good, and I find myself going there more regularly now, particularly if I'm coming back from Quavers and I find a spot to park right there. I'll pull aside by Uncle Sam's and get a bacon shack, because the quality of the product on par with Richards. I don't think Richards is exceptional. I'm not even saying he's the best bacon shack on the beach. Again, for me, it was just having access to all the condiments and the experience of Richards. And I'm talking about, I mean, it probably had Richards before that, but Richards over is now where you line up, go around, wait in the line, go around the table, and while you're going around the table, whoever selling drinks from the little coolers there, you pick up your drinks on the way. For me, that was part and parcel of the Bacon Shack experience. You couldn't replicate that anywhere else. And I still don't think you can replicate it anywhere else. I am not a huge fan of the new remodeled Richards. I don't like the weight laid out. I don't like the fact that I don't have access to the drinks on my way around the condiments. And for the first time in a long time, I went recently, and well, it's not Richards, but the fellow who does be cashing, everybody's calling him Richard, but whoever his name is, I know I know his name is, but him wasn't there. It was a woman cashing me, and I was like, "Who's you? Like, why are you selling me?" Because it's not the experience of going to Richards. The experience of going to Richards is being there. And there are certain places where
not the experience.
And that's why even Richards in St. James wouldn't replace, because I mean, I'm talking about CJ growing up from a little girl to she's 11 now, going to Richards, and he would recognize, well, the fellow who was cashing, I don't know his name, but he would recognize her. And when I pull up and I buy 3 bacon shack, which was $35 or whatever, I come and I hand him $100. He's like, "Yo, don't worry to look for the rest, you know?"
Yeah, you give money.
Yeah, you get a little like.
Say you like free thing now.
No, I mean, we're stringing, you know. We're stringing.
Don't fry all yet, you know.
Them bacon can fire by Q. Yeah.
Quincy, don't fry all as yet, brother. I might think straight on the oil.
Just communicate. Let's communicate.
I want my thing straight on the oil.
Yeah, let's communicate.
Yeah. So again, for me, the experience of Richards is something that I used to enjoy. I mean, I can't even have it anymore because Richards moved, and since they moved, the experience is not the same. So if I had to talk about, as Q said, the commercial Bacon Shack, I would say a toss-up between Richards and Uncle Sam's on a day, whoever more convenient, I did.
Richards is my real boy. I used to buy Richards for many years.
Really is.
Really is. Years upon years. But since I made the switch to Uncle Sam's, and well, I don't even eat Bacon Shack again. All I eat is shack. So when I go, it's portion of shack alone. That's all I want. A portion of shack, and I.
So you just put any toppings on top?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, because bake is wasted real estate. Why gonna fill up my belly with flour? You know I feel about flour, Christian.
I can tell you why, but go ahead.
Flour, I would not come.
Flour is a waste of space.
I would have bring a pot of dumplings with me.
It's like dumpling in soup. We doing that for. But yeah, I don't eat Bacon Shack. Forget I want to bake. Let's keep the bake. Let's give me the shack. Right?
Okay, all right.
So, hands down, Uncle Sam's shack is a way more tastier shack than Richards. And Richards is my boy. But
in terms of flavor?
Flavor wise, I ain't taste a better shack on that stretch than Uncle Sam's. And I mean, I don't think I eat all. I ain't eat every single one. But from what I have eaten, Uncle Sam's say the most, right? Well seasoned. I could eat Uncle Sam's shack just so, with nothing on it. And that is, that is the test
a good fry,
of a proper shack. Yeah. That is it for me there.
Maurice, any comments?
Hey, what we on, Maurice?
Welcome, Maurice.
Yeah. So, Rich, I drink a white and Sprite in a Guinness cup.
With bitters?
Yeah, a little bit doesn't it? Yeah.
So here is question now. so it have other things being offered other than bacon shack, right? Arlene, what do you think about the other things that you could get on the beach, and do you think that any of them
Sorry,
surpass?
can you all hear me?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
hear you. You hearing?
I can hardly hear you all, and I don't know why.
I don't know.
Could be your speaker.
It's Tobago. It's Tobago.
Yeah.
Don't slander Tobago.
Well, I wouldn't have it.
Yeah,
Tobago because it have further to travel. Nothing negative. I ain't say green dot.
All right.
Yeah, take it a little longer.
I hear you.
Sorry, ask the question again.
So they have other things on offer. They have not just bacon shack, but you can get other items as well. Do you still think bacon shack is the best combination that you can get on the beach, or are there other things like the bacon shrimp or the pie and shack? Do you think that there are other items now that better than bacon shack?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think that the Bacon Shack product is simply the best version of that experience. It's a really good sandwich. I mean, when you talk about shrimp, that's quite premium. It's not necessarily indigenous to, really what it is. And I am, like I said, I am like a real tradition type of, both chef and eater.
Right.
So no.
So
and to be honest, I looked at the other options, and my friends would get the other options, but I never do.
Okay. Okay.
I really read. You see, a pie and shrimp. Because it's much more. I mean, shrimp on its whole is a more flavorful food than meat than shark. Right? Okay. So it's like next level, but you still get all the condiments, it's like the pie and the crispiness of the pie, just everything full up inside, and it's a nice neat package now. A nice big pie. So yeah. I it will be a toss up between a pie and shrimp and a bacon shark for me. Or a king and fries.
Okay, but if you had to choose one,
If I had to choose one?
Yeah.
Honestly, a pie and shrimp.
Pie and shrimp?
Yeah.
Ronaldo.
I get divorced twice in this chatter. In the very beginning, me and Ronaldo was real good. Yeah. And then I went over to David when we talk a certain thing, and now hear what he's saying. So it's right, sir.
You can't trust them, Arlene. You can't trust them. You can't.
Yes, I do.
Twice in an hour and 12 minutes.
Love is strong, don't you?
Two things. One, just as a side note, I don't understand why Lester commented on Facebook and YouTube, but Lester, we enjoy you here. Yes, I guess a Patraj roti from Mr. Patraj when I used to go there way back in the days, no more. Sylvie's to the world. For me, it had nothing else that I prefer to eat on Maracas Beach or any other beach other than a bacon shack with preferably a cold stag in my hand. Like a bacon shack and a cold stag, and I good. Keep all the shrimp and all the pie and all the whatever. Bacon shack.
Bacon shack, is it?
Full stop.
Christian. Oh, wait, hold on. No, wait till she pull out.
Sorry, I ran away. I have not heard anything since I was gone.
That's fine. I'm going to answer the question back to you now. There are a lot of new combinations available on the beach.
Yes.
Do you still think bacon shack reigns supreme, or would you prefer another item?
So the whole sustainability gets me really shocked. So when somebody say that is not real shark, I'm happy. I like, yeah, bring me the catfish. It tasted nice.
Right.
So I have a little bit. If I could establish that I'm not eating an endangered animal, that is actually harming the environment, I would eat all your shark. Right. I'm not a seafood lover, but I am a shark and bacon shark lover.
Right.
Right? Of recent times, because I have a child who loves fries, I've been having shrimp and fries with
Right.
all of the same toppings of the bacon shark.
Right.
And what I have learned is that really and truly, and y'all might kick me out of school because I have somebody who chair to line with me tonight, so you could go ahead and kick me out. The real essence is in the toppings. Because you take that paru beni, salmon sauce, the little mango chutney business, and you sprinkle that on top of a shrimp and fries.
Yeah. Proper.
You might not go back now. And you see Uncle Sam shrimp and fries, you need to bring out Charlie to take it back. Like a box, like you can't close the box like what Ali like. She might like that. You cannot close the box with the food in there. You're getting. I always look at it and I say, you go to all these bougie places, trotters, and then you're buying again 6 little shrimp like this. You go where Uncle Sam's on the beach is mega shrimp soup, right? The box is full, right? It is like 2-3 people can eat from this thing, or just me,
Yeah.
But after you have those toppings fresh.
Yeah.
And you have that selection. I mean, you could kind of make anything work with that boy, but it is always it's a feeling. I have to keep a feeling for the shrimp and fries. But sometimes when you feel that bacon shark, nothing else will do. Nothing else. You know what I mean? And you just have to have that. Nothing else will do. And then you might end up buying.
Yeah. Quincy?
Well, I tell you, I like this Christian girl because I feel the same way. I find as long as I put the right toppings on it, you're getting the same vibes, right? I transitioned from bacon shark around the same time as you now. Yeah, you know when it happened. I transitioned to pie and shrimp, right? It went from bacon shark to pie and shark to pie and shrimp, right? Actually, it had a bacon shrimp somewhere inside there. I can't remember exactly where that falls. It had a bacon shrimp inside there.
That's the segue into anything. It's making you feel good about leaving the bake behind now. You have to.
I think what happened was I think we do the bacon shark, then we went bacon shrimp. Bacon shrimp was the obscurantis now.
Yes, that is the segue.
Yeah, bacon shrimp layer realized it had more,
Yeah.
A whole new world.
Yeah. And then the wildest was the pie and shrimp, right? So we do pie and shark, pie and shrimp. And honestly, I reckon it pie and shrimp dread value for money. You get an aloo pie with some shrimp in it. And again, yes, Christian by Uncle Sam, some shrimp is proper shrimp, right? You dress that nicely and you have a nice vibes going on there. I all for it.
Yeah, well, wire pie is $20 on the beach though.
Yeah. Because I don't understand why Richard a big
what's the size of a pie on the beach?
Yeah.
That pie used to be like
it's big pie, but at the same time it's aloo pie.
What's the size of the pie? What's the size of the pie?
The size of the pie is about the size of this box.
No, it's bigger than that. It's sticking out both ends of the box.
No, that way, I agree. To be honest, the size of the pie is not ridiculously bigger than any other aloo pie that you get out there for $7.
I buy a pie today, and it's just like the tips. The tips was kind of just pointing out at the end here, which means that it's literally basically the size of this.
This COVID.
Nah, boy, you all go by Uncle Sam, the pie falling in half, and then you need 2 hands to hold it. The thing is huge.
Yeah, big, but
it's not $20 pie though.
It's no.
Oh, excuse me a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Nah, boy, Ronaldo.
Yeah, you went
Now you're real disgusting, Fred.
You go ahead and like yourself, Ronaldo. You do your thing.
Listen, if I had to buy a pie for $20, it had to be big like this. understand?
But it is. What size is that? I am going on the beach Sunday. I'm going to buy a pie and measure it for you. What size is that?
Please. This is, I would say, about...
Nah, know about. You get a measuring tape, measure it.
Hold on, I'm going to give a measuring tape. One second. I'm going to give a measuring tape.
And you're going to measure the pie.
Yeah.
Right?
But you know what I'll say this, right? Despite the actual size, right? Remember, this is an aloo pie. It's not just an empty pie. It's an aloo pie. So the aloo in it have value, and it also filling.
Plus, you're getting all the toppings with the pie, right?
With the pie.
You have to understand everything you buy in these places. You're getting this whole plethora of toppings.
Right? And
it's a whole other meal.
So
if you're Arlene, so a whole salad on top of whatever you buy.
Yeah. At the end of the day, the option is that pie could be a bake, right? Which is just flour. You have the opportunity to get flour and aloo.
Seasoned aloo.
Seasoned aloo, which is a flavor boost as well as a starch boost. So I don't mind.
Starch boost.
Yeah. It's up there in value for money, I find.
But you know those
it is, yeah. Did you get a measuring tape, Badawi?
Yes, I measured it. It's 13 inches, right? So that's still small because 13 inches, that is... Right. So that's the size of the pie. If it, so for me,
that's small. That is small.
That is huge.
Let me be the man to say that is
small.
For $20 though. But for $20, I would say I need. You know what? All right. Let me be reasonable.
I don't like what you're gonna say, but go ahead and say it.
I want a 12-inch pie, right? So 1 foot. It had to be 1 foot in length and about 6 inches in width.
That is pie. That is pie. That's pie, daddy.
Right now,
that's a tile. What you're looking for is called a tile. Right? You can go to Ruknarayan showroom. They have tiles. That's a tile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, tile.
Stick with yourself. I know it. Stick with yourself.
Oh my Lord.
It's literally the cheapest.
No, and you know the thing is, he's not going to eat a pie that size.
No, he won't. I will not trust a pie that
size. Some people eye bigger than him up this stomach.
Exactly. But why would you even try a pie that size? Somebody hands you a pie that size. You want to know why? What is
that?
What is going on?
This is a pie with aloo in it. 13 inches of aloo pie. That's real pie.
It's $20 though.
I don't feel I feel that unpleasant.
You keep saying that it's $20. Is it 20 US or TT?
20 TT. So I want
you were belting for $20.
Yeah, boy. That's a full meal for 20. You're getting veggies, fruit, topped all the sauce, right? You're getting
double starch.
A bacon jacket to you just pay for the bake.
Yeah, but
and again,
a bacon jacket is 40, David, 40.
Well, 40. So
and jack alone is 40 and a bake alone is $10.
Yeah, but I wouldn't put veggies in a aloo pie though. What kind of oil?
You just put veggies in a bacon jack.
What I am saying, Badawi, is $20 does not only account for what Badawi wants. With the $20, you are welcome to take all of the toppings. Like Ali will go and take the lettuce, the pineapple, the coleslaw, the onion, the tomato, the cucumber, plus the whole next side, which is
every sauce.
Right. You know, the regular side. Yeah. She is getting a full meal.
Don't forget
she is getting pie, potato, dessert, salad, topping. And she's gonna be full for how long? Till dinner time.
Yeah.
For $20. Where else you going for that? You go KFC with that, you get a leg.
Right.
And some fries.
Yeah.
You go by Richards again to bake.
But so then we're saying is that I should be able to buy a pie for $5 and not take any toppings.
No, what I am saying is you trying to contradict the whole pie system, which is typical of Badawi, right? Just because you don't want to load up your pie and get your value, too bad for you. Go and get your own tile.
It's a $20 pie though.
But $20, what else are you getting for $20? Two doubles and a half?
4 pies.
Where?
Buy any pie place. Getting 4 pies
but
for
it's
$20.
Not, you're not getting the sea breeze blowing, the sun, the bottom begging, the ladies passing in the bath suits, right? The man trying to sell you
that's a loan worth $10.
The Rasta man trying to sell you the bracelet. You're not getting all that.
The stray dog, don't forget the stray dog, Christian.
The bottom is there. It is begging, right?
That bottom was.
All right.
If you tell him you go in St. James and buying a pie and getting all that for $5, okay, we have an argument, but no.
Yeah. You lost the argument now.
I just want all to consider that 4 pies bigger than a 13-inch pie. I just say.
Good.
You're not gonna need 4 pie though.
I
am not understanding the concept of the experience of the pie.
Okay.
$20 pie.
So the pie is $5 and the experience is $15. All right. I get it.
What you like for a 13-inch pie?
You go ahead. The bottom is 5, the flies is the next 5, the seagulls and the sun is 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you go here him say, David, they will take off for.
Yeah, because that is too much pie.
Yeah, that's so I'm not taking you over that dog.
All right. So we at that point. I think we had a good discussion on bacon shark here. If anybody want to throw anything else into the ring, feel free to do so. But we are at the point where we will be wrapping up. There is an after party. The after party is we end the stream, we start a new stream, and we don't talk about anything in particular. It's anything goes, and that stream is not saved or recorded. So whatever happens in the after party stays in the after party.
It's wild.
Yeah. So if you all want to join that, you can just message me and I will share the link. Arlene, Christian, and David, thank you very much for joining us. It was a pleasure having you.
Thank you for having us.
And we are continuing Sandwich Month in the rest of July. So you all stay tuned for that. And
now the bacchanal now start.
Listen, I am not going late tonight. I am not going late.
Well, I tell it straight up. My mic will be on mute a couple times throughout.
Right.
And B, my after party running.
Okay. My after party is not running for too late. All right.
My after party lit bacon shack now done.
Bacon shack to the world.
You're going to bacon shack.
We will see.
Unfortunately, guys, I can't join the after party because I actually have a party in front of me.
All right.
But thank you very much for having me today. I had a really good time.
Thank you for being here.
Thanks.
All right.
All right, guys.
Christian, are you saying run or the after party?
I actually have a friend who just reached going to help out with some branding, which I had promised before Dawi sent me the very, very organized invitation that was way in advance. So unfortunately I can't stay on, but I might check y'all back in a while, see if you're still on. But totally enjoyed it. A lot of fun. I love getting back into the talk.
Yeah.
Nice to meet all of you all there, and I really, really enjoyed it. So on Sunday, I'm going to order a bake and shark.
And measure.
And a pie and measure.
Measure.
Oh yes. Next time I come to Trinidad, I'm definitely trying the shrimp and fries with the.
Yes, do it with all the things. Put all your things on top, Aline, and you could just everything on top.
I can still get everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
All right, and I'll let you all know how that go.
Nice. Okay.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.